What's up guys, it's Aiden, and today I'm going to walk you through my design process and how I'm able to make clothes for both my own brand and other brands I work with. So I'm going to start by just getting the sweater I want. But I think something important to know is that with the process, like a lot of it for me was the fear that I'm not creative enough. Or like, not even that, like I know what I'd want. It was like I suck at Adobe, I'm not good at drawing. So I thought there was like this technical issue, but I'm about to show you that like a lot of what it is, it's like you get past the learning curve. You learn this 90% of info I'm about to show in this video, and then it's really easy to create. So I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna show you a bit how I start. And I start with the wand tool. To do this, I just select it in there and I click. And then after I click, I'm gonna change the color. Now wand tool will basically select one color, so if I click a red, it'll change the reds to blues and like that. So for the shirt, I like something like a ice blue snow I'm feeling. So boom. And then we got that. And what did I do? So now we just move it back. So that's the first step, not too hard. So now that we got this, I want to show you what exactly to do with the graphic. So this is the graphic I chose, but you could go to Pinterest or you could go to Instagram and you could just scroll through. Like this is like punk design, and you'll find something you like that. So then let's say we copy image and we'll take it back into Adobe. And here we have it. So basically I'll click image trace, which essentially turns it into a vector or like a logo that's scalable to size. And you'll see how I alter that to work. Now it's going to take a bit of time, but it loads. And here we have it. And this is the little chart. If you could see, it says image tracing chart. So here I want to go to mode and click on black and white, and then I want to set the threshold, which is basically like the light balance or contrast, until I have something I like. So let's say this is pretty good, and then what I want to do is I click expand, which splits it into multiple points, just like that. So now that it's expanded, everything could be split up. Like I could select the white parts if I don't like them, and I could delete them. But to speed things up, I already did this. So once I, edit it to my liking, I'll take the actual thing and I bring it right here, and I do object, arrange, bring to front, right there. And then here's the part most people mess up. So when you drag, it could lose scale. So what you do is, instead of just dragging, you click Alt and Shift, and then it scales to drag. So now we have, it's about 40% of what you need to know to make something. Now I'll add the next 20%, which is clipping masks. So I'll take this object I selected, cool yin yang, and I'll bring it to the front. Now what a clipping mask does is it'll let it like wrap around. And so my idea here is this will be like a patch or an embroidery, and I want it to be on like cutting off on half the sleeve. So I'll create this little box, and now that's created. So when you click two things, it only allows you to pick one thing at a time, right? But to bind them, you click one and you hold shift and you click the next one. So now these are bound together. So if we go back into our properties panel, you could see the option of make clipping mask. And boom. And then you could like copy that process, invert it on the other arm, and you get something that fits in here. So now that we have that, I think it's time we add a pocket. We add some like more details. So I've made a little drawing of some pockets, and it's really as easy as this to make it custom. So let's go with this Omnitrix looking head ass. And you literally just click the pen where it is. Boom. I turn stroke on. Pause. I hope no one like clips that out of context. Bro, this is my whole career right here. But then I have my pocket. And what I could do here is I could duplicate it. And now that I duplicate it, I want to make it dotted. And the reason I'm making it dotted is because the whole point of this tech pack is so our manufacturer knows like exactly how to do it, so that he doesn't take like 10 different samples to get it done. So like the stitching, for example, this will convey to him or her that the stitching is like on the front. It's not an invisible pocket. So here's my pocket. And I hope no one like cuts my ass. You know, I'm making this in 10 minutes. It's not the best pocket, but you know, it is what it is. So now I take these little screws that I literally just made by like making a circle and then drawing lines in it like that. And then I messed around with the setting of the lines so it's like oblique at the end. Then you add the little detailings, you add these nice buttons. And I like buttons. I like the silver studs. It like reminds me of like a Chrome Hearts kind of luxury punk feel. Like it's dirty, but it's cool, and it's still kind of rich. And then using the clipping mask thing I taught you earlier, I made a full clipping mask of the sweater. And I used marble. So you might be wondering, why marble? What's so good about marble? In my opinion, I hope no one gets pressed about this, but marble looks like stonewashing. Alright, so here's what I got, and I'm gonna adjust opacity a bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it backwards a bit using the object. Doesn't show it fully on screen, but it's there. Object arrange, send backward, or control bracket, and that essentially helps me bring this to the front. So now we can make the pocket a bit bigger. I mean, you have to remember, I'm not trying to make a perfect piece. This is just more of a speed run so you guys learn. But we could adjust the pocket as easily as that. And then it's time for finishing touches, I think. So to wrap up, I think we could add some detailings, maybe on the sleeves or the back. And I want to start with like a line work to give it a unique construction. So it's as simple as clicking here. I'm gonna redo this part, honestly, because the video just glitched. But I'll do till here, and I'll create this line. Turn the stroke on. I hope no one calls me out for that again, please. And then boom. That's like essentially something you could duplicate. And I'm going to do object, transform, and I'm going to reflect it so I could apply to the other side. And it's really that simple as making like this simple curved line and just reflecting and dragging it. Like, it's not always easy to come up with ideas. If you look at an inspiration board, it helps, but it really is easy if you have it in mind to just put it here. So let's say I want to make like a 3-panel hood, you know, maybe add some more unique details. It's literally that easy. Alright, so I feel like we're missing something. I feel like we're missing like a few little details. So let's do like, thinking like a armband. I don't know, I haven't seen that on a sweater. I feel like I've seen it on like a military jacket, but not a sweater. So I'm gonna experiment here. create this shape, and then what color? Maybe like a light pink. Let's see how light pink goes with light blue. Baby pink, baby blue. You know, that's really not bad. I'm sure you could mess around with the colors to find something you especially like. And then you reflect it. So I hope you guys are learning that really anyone can do this, like even if you don't know how to draw. I've always thought I suck at computers, and like honestly I know I suck at computers. But this isn't like, it's not like coding or anything complex. You're just like clicking around. It's very intuitive and it's pretty fun. So I want to add a few more details. Like all this, some of this I plan, like I'm gonna be real, I plan to use that graphic to save time. But right now I'm just like freestyling it. It's been like what, 10-15 minutes? And that's all it takes to create something like you like. And then so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna add like maybe like some kind of lacing. But it's not working. Oh, I need to click off. So let's do something like that. Let's do the same sort of baby pink. Yeah. And then we're almost done here, honestly. This is like the finishing touches. And then you pretty much have your piece after you get all this stuff done. So you do the same little reflect, duplicate, you know, half your time. So now I got these. I've never seen tassels on a hoodie, and I thought it could look interesting. You know, might not be the best, but we could experiment right now. It's just, we're at the drawing board. Shorten these a bit, you know, you mess around till it feels right. And now this, I want it to match, and then I'm gonna send backwards, if that works. Alright, my keybind isn't working, but you'll see what I'm doing here. I'll make it real easy. Boom, boom. I'll do object, range, bring to front so that it covers the tassel loop. Boom. That's decent. And now, let's do a little text. So we go here. Just click the T, add text. And I'm going to select, you know, I have my font pack with everything I use. So I'm going to pick one of those. It's called 8th Cargo. And I'm gonna write a font, like, so it's a picture of an army. So let's do like army of one. Even though the picture isn't an army of one, like, that came to mind. Sounds kind of cool. And I want to balance it all. So I'm gonna make sure it's shaped properly, centered properly. And now I could make it bigger with the font size, or I could go to object. I can expand again, which, you know, it vectorizes it, which means it makes it like scalable. So now if I want, I could do that. You can't normally do that with text. And then I just drag it. And honestly, I think the back looks pretty dope. The front, you know, obviously we could mess with the colors. I'm gonna do it right now just to show you, honestly. Let's do a brown, because that's what I'm feeling. Boom. Tough. Like, that goes pretty hard. You can't tell me. So I don't have a timer, but I feel like that's been like 15-20 minutes. And I hope you guys learn from the process that, like, you're the only thing stopping yourself. Because inside you have the potential to learn this, and you have the skill set to get it done. But even beyond that, like, this is coming from me. It took me 6 months of procrastinating and telling myself I suck at computers. But coming from me, like, it's genuinely easy. especially when you know like these few steps, this is like really all you're gonna need to use when you're doing this. And then I provided all like the tech packs and assets. You don't have to buy any of that. So I hope it helped, and I'll show you a little sneak peek of what like the tech pack would look like. So this is the company I worked with where I got that graphic, and here's their tech pack. So I showed like the Pantone. Normally I do sizing, but they're doing custom sizing. And then I do like for the line work on the sweater, like I'll give reference for the pockets even. And 3-panel hood, like this stuff is really useful. People will pay me just to do it for them. But even more than that, I think it's useful, like if you know how to do this, you could start a brand literally at your fingertips. You don't have to, you know, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you'd have to go to the manufacturer, the factory. You'd have to find a professional designer. Now everything's very accessible. So with that, I hope you guys got something from this, and I hope you really put it to use. I hope you try it out and have some fun. And I appreciate y'all for being here. I want you guys to send me any designs you make after this video. Like just send me what you're cooking up and show me what you learned from it. So with that, I guess I'm gonna be out. It's like 3 a.m. where I am, but I'm happy I was able to get this done. I really hope it helps some of y'all. I hope you guys, you know, watch it fully and put it to practice. And if you're here, it means like you're already on the right path to elevate. You've got that community. You kind of know where you need to be. So without further ado, I feel like I'm dragging it a bit, but thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is where you are. Peace.